What if I told you that a man who changed the entire tech world started his journey with nothing but a dream, a garage, and an unshakable belief in himself? This is the incredible story of Steve Jobs, a college dropout who became one of the greatest innovators in history. Stay tuned as we take you through his extraordinary journey. Steve Jobs was born on February 24, 1955, in San Francisco, California. Soon after birth, he was adopted by Paul and Clara Jobs, a modest couple living in Silicon Valley. Paul, a machinist by profession, taught young Steve the basics of mechanics inside their family garage, a small place that would one day give birth to some of the most revolutionary ideas in technology. But Steve was never a conventional student. He was curious, restless, and often clashed with traditional education systems. Teachers described him as brilliant yet rebellious, someone who thought differently. That unique mindset hinted at the unconventional path he was destined to follow. In 1976, along with his close friend Steve Wozniak, Jobs founded Apple Computer in that very garage. Their first creation, the Apple I, was just a simple computer board, but it caught attention. Soon came the Apple II, which didn't just sell, it triggered a revolution. By the age of 25, Jobs was already a millionaire, but wealth was never his ultimate goal. His dream was much bigger. He wanted to change the world. That dream came alive in 1984, when Apple launched the Macintosh, the first truly user-friendly computer with a graphical interface. The iconic Super Bowl commercial introducing the Mac was a marketing masterstroke, and it solidified Steve Jobs as a true visionary. Yet behind the success, challenges grew. Jobs' leadership style was intense. His relentless demand for perfection often led to conflicts within the company. In 1985, he was shockingly forced out of Apple, the very company he had built. For most people, this would have been the end. But for Jobs, it was just the beginning. He founded Next, a computer company ahead of its time, and soon after acquired Pixar Animation Studios. Pixar went on to create Toy Story, the world's first fully computer-animated film, and turned Jobs into a major Hollywood figure. Meanwhile, Apple was struggling. In 1997, Apple bought Next, and with it, Steve Jobs returned to the company. What followed was nothing short of legendary. Under his leadership, Apple introduced a series of groundbreaking products. iMac in 1998, bringing color and style to personal computers. iPod in 2001, revolutionizing how we listen to music. iTunes and the App Store, forever changing how we buy and use digital content. And of course, the iPhone in 2007, a device that transformed communication, work, entertainment, and the entire smartphone industry. The iPhone wasn't just a product, it was a cultural phenomenon. It made Apple the most valuable company in the world, and it cemented Jobs' place as one of history's greatest innovators. But Steve Jobs was not just an inventor. He was a storyteller, a showman, and a perfectionist who believed that technology should not only work, but also connect emotionally with people. Despite his demanding career, Jobs' personal life was complex. He married Laurene Powell Jobs in 1991, and together they had 3 children. He also had an older daughter from a previous relationship. A private man, Jobs rarely spoke about his personal struggles, yet he was known for his deep interest in Zen Buddhism, his pursuit of simplicity, and his minimalist lifestyle. In 2003, Steve Jobs was diagnosed with a rare form of pancreatic cancer. He kept the battle mostly private, continuing to innovate even as his health declined. His resilience during these years was extraordinary, introducing the iPhone, the iPad, and leading Apple to heights no one could have imagined. On October 5, 2011, the world lost Steve Jobs. But his ideas, his products, and his vision live on, shaping how billions of people live, work, and communicate today. Steve Jobs once said, "The people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do." And indeed, he did. His story teaches us that true greatness doesn't come from following the crowd. It comes from daring to think differently, believing in your vision, and persevering against all odds. So, whether you're starting with just a dream in a garage or facing setbacks in life, remember, innovation and greatness come from those who are bold enough to be different. If you found Steve Jobs' story inspiring, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more amazing life journeys.